Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information, and number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well, and if not, may this video serve as a source of encouragement as well as a reminder that our God is with us, that He will not let us down no matter what comes our way. All right, so hey, let's get to the informational portion of this video. The first portion of the video is that we have our Labor Day picnic happening this Sunday after the worship service out on the back lawn. And so we'll gather for worship, and then after we're done with that, we will get to enjoy eating hot dogs and hamburgers and side dishes and desserts together. It'll be a great time. It's always a great time out on the back lawn, interacting with people, eating some great food, and enjoying one another. So what do you need to bring? You need to bring chairs for you and your family. You need to bring a side dish or dessert. The church will provide the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the buns, the condiments, the plasticware, the plates. We'll provide that. You need to provide the other stuff, all right? So we'll look forward to this. Always a great time eating with one another, enjoying the sunshine, which I believe we will have that Sunday, and we're looking forward to it, all right? So if you have any questions about it, simply email us, info@fbcsalinas.com. Again, that happens after the worship service out on the back lawn. Second announcement is that Tracy Brown will be leading a Wednesday afternoon Bible study that begins on Wednesday, September 3rd. It meets in the Fireside Room. If you have questions about that, email Tracy @fbcsalinas.com. That would be great. Also, we have our Awana ministry this upcoming Thursday, which is August 28th. There is a mandatory parents orientation meeting that will be happening here. If you have questions about that, contact Lorraine at fbcsalinas.com. That would be great there. Awana gets going. And then our Journey Ministry, which is for junior high and high school students. They're not only meeting on this Thursday from 6:30 to 8 up in the youth room, but this upcoming Saturday, they are heading off for Great America. And so if you have a student that is interested in this, they need to get their money in ASAP. And if you could please reach out to Gabriel at fbcsalinas.com. That would be great if you have any questions about that. So that's predominantly the informational portion of this ministry, or the minute of the video, I'm sorry. And again, email us if you have questions, because you have questions, we may very well have the answer for those questions. Email us at info@fbcsalinas.com. So on to the inspirational portion. Many of you know this, and perhaps maybe not many of you know this, but there is an app on my phone called Lectio 365. Lectio, then 365. It's an app that I use as part of the discipline of getting to hang out with Jesus in my devotional time. It's a prayer app that helps me get focused in on different things, and also I find it very beneficial to me that it opens up different perhaps avenues that I've either not known or I have forgotten over the years, whatever that may be. But last week, or recently I should say, when I was using the app, they talked about this whole idea of Lectio Divina, which is hearing a passage and then repeating that passage throughout the day. I want to encourage you to do this. Here's why. I think throughout the day, we get perhaps overwhelmed with what's going on in our lives at those times, and we forget what God's Word has to say to us. And so simply want to invite you into this adventure of allowing God's Word to simply be present in your life throughout the day. Now notice this, I said be present throughout your life throughout the day. And I realize this, that sometimes we get caught up in in all the different intricacies about, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? What is that? What am I supposed to do with this? I want to invite you to do the following. Simply allow God's word to do what God's word wants to do, which is replenish us, refill us, refocus us, and remind us that God is with us. And so there's this passage, and again, it's one of those things that caught me off guard, but yet I want to use it as an example of what I'm talking about. And it's found in the letter of Jude. For those of you that don't know this, Jude is the next to last book of the Bible. It's only one chapter long, and it has some different bizarre stuff in it. I won't argue that. But listen to these words. This is Jude verse 2, says this: "May mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you." May mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. Since reading that verse the other day, I find myself, when I begin to get caught up perhaps in the chaos of the day, or perhaps get caught up in some anxieties that are happening in my life or whatever, all of a sudden what hit me was that verse kept popping into my mind. May mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. May mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. And what I noticed as I went through the day, and as I've noticed as I've gone through the last number of days with that verse popping in again and again and again, when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, when I'm feeling as if I don't know where to go, what to do, that verse comes into my mind and into my life, and it's a gentle reminder that God desires His mercy, His peace, and His love to be multiplied in my life. One of the things I love about that verse is that Jude doesn't say, well, if things are going awry, may all this be He doesn't bring up life situations. He simply says, may mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. And I can't tell you how that verse has ministered to me, how God has used this verse from a rather obscure book in the Bible, frankly, but He's used it to remind me that He is right there with me no matter what's coming my way. I want to invite you to ask God to speak to you, yes, through His Word, but then also to ask Him to simply, in a way, almost lift a verse that will grab your attention, and then allow that verse to seep into your life throughout the day. Rather than simply reading the Bible, closing it, and say, well, I did that today, now I need to move on. Allow a verse or two to sink deeply in by reciting those verses throughout the day. And notice what happens. Because as I've been doing this, I've been much more aware of, wow, God's really with me, and His Word is alive, and His Word is dynamic, and it does work. I mean, by that I mean it does work. It does work in moving me through my life. It works. And I invite you to experience that. Again, the app is Lectio, Lectio 365. Use that on your smartphone. Check it out. Let me know what you think of it. I know a few of you have been using it, and you've come up to me and said, wow, it's been really good. So again, I invite you to do that and be in God's Word and allow verses to pop. And as they pop, take the time to say those and repeat those throughout the day, and watch what God does in the process. I love you. I'm thankful for you. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Praying for you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.